Here's how this works. Water, salt, and pepper, those are freebies. Your pantry, it better have flour, oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. Beyond that, you'll only need 5 more ingredients and 25 minutes to put an entree or entire meal on the table. So, shop, set the clock, and let's dish out. We will require the services of some pasta. I'm going with rigatoni, but any shape would be just fine here. 1 can of evaporated milk, a couple of cans of Rotel or any flavored diced tomato of your choosing, and some cheese, which we will definitely want to freshly grate ourselves. And finally, some sausage. I'm using a smoked beef sausage here, but really you could use any kind that you'd like. We'll begin by cutting that sausage into some really nice thin coins. Whether you dice it or slice it, I do love to take this extra step and brown it off in a little bit of olive oil. We're going to just maximize the flavor and texture that way, getting some golden brown, crispy edges, and warm that sausage through. Once it is looking beautiful like that, set it aside and we'll turn our attention to making some stovetop mac and cheese. The recipe here is pretty simple. You're going to pick a number. I'm going with 12 ounces of pasta and do that. 12 ounces of evaporated milk and 12 ounces of cheese. Make sure you reserve about a cup of your pasta cooking water and then drain it just shy of al dente. There's our drained pasta. We'll go ahead and add in about 10 or so ounces of that evaporated milk. We can always add more if we feel like we need it. Both cans of Rotel, which I did drain of their packing liquid. And finally, our cheese. That's some Colby Jack and some cheddar in there, but any cheese that melts well and has the flavor profile you're looking for will be absolutely perfect here. Now all you've got to do is just turn the heat to low and stir through until that cheese and milk become homogeneous. I added my cheese in 2 different batches here. You definitely want this to be rather liquidy or soupy here at first, because as that pasta finishes cooking and as that cheese melts into the milk, it's going to really solidify and become a nice ooey gooey pot of macaroni and cheese. Now, we'll go ahead and add most of that sausage. We'll reserve a few pieces to use as a garnish. And stir all that in, and this is where we will use our pasta water if we need to loosen this up, but it looked just fine for me at this stage, so I went ahead and let it go. We'll go ahead and bowl this up, and while it is nothing too fancy to look at, what it doesn't do for you eyes, it'll do for your mouth and stomach. I'm going to garnish this with a few of those nice golden brown sausage coins and some dried basil, as well as a little drizzle of sriracha for that beautiful red color and for extra heat because I love it. And if you can't imagine what this tastes like, well, I'd highly encourage you to go buy these 5 ingredients and whip it up tonight because it is that delicious. It's comforting and indulgent and nowhere near good for you, but man, does it taste amazing. So the next time you're looking for a quick, easy, customizable, and indulgent dinner, definitely check out what I like to call Special Mac, but for the purposes of this video, I'm calling Spicy Sausage Mac. Thanks so much for watching, and now it's your turn to go make something delicious.